Heidi here, and today I am finally finishing up a fall project that you saw in a recent day in a life video that I have put out. And you all were like, oh, we want to see you make it, or you know, we want to know about it and see the finished product. And so I decided to make a whole video around my wooden pumpkins because I thought you guys would really enjoy it. So without further ado, let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to switch the camera around here, and these are my pumpkins. Now this is a wood one. Well, they're both wood. This is one is unfinished is what I'm meaning to say. I actually got this idea from a picture that Brittany Young, I believe is her name. She was calling herself Adorable Life, and I think I said in my day in a life video she had a YouTube channel, but I don't believe she has a YouTube channel. I just think that she has a website. So if I can find any information or anything, I will link it for you. Hopefully I can still find it. I'm connected to her on Facebook. She's on Facebook. Just look up Brittany Young, and she does all kinds of crafts and stuff. You all may have already seen her. So anyhow, I saw this picture, and it showed that they took 2x4s and they cut each 2x4 by different sizes, and then they stacked them on top of each other to make a pumpkin. And I thought these would be really, really cute on my fireplace. I have like a bottom ledge, and it could sit over in the corner, or I just thought of different places I could actually put this. So we were supposed to paint all these for a party that I had here at my house, but that didn't happen. And so because we got so busy and the party was so late at night and everybody was just like talking, you know, you get to be having so much fun that you just kind of lose track of time. So anyhow, this one here is going to have to wait because I have two that we've already started painting and I want to finish them. So I decided today that I don't like the polka dots. I'm going to get rid of them. This is just going to be orange with a green stem, and then I'm going to put my H in the middle of this one. Now I have a third pumpkin. I haven't brought it in here. It's Lucas's. I'm going to touch the orange up on it, but it has black polka dots on it, and then he has a purple L on his. I thought it came out really cute, but the orange just needs to be touched up, and I ran out of these little foam brushes. Now before I get started on this, I'll tell you I will link the measurements from bottom to top, so that way you guys can know how to cut a 2x4. Now one 2x4 will make one pumpkin, and it was $3. So if you have a husband or yourself, you can cut wood. You know, it was so easy. And then he took his sander and just sanded the whole thing for me, so there's nothing that, you know, prickly to give me a splinter or anything while I'm working on them. But they are heavy. These would be really great too if you have like a porch. You could do these any color you wanted, and get really creative. And I was thinking too, I mean, you could really decoupage these, you know, put whatever you wanted on them. I mean, honestly, it's wood. Be creative, right? I'm kind of staying in the safe zone because I'm running out of time, and you know, like, I'm gonna be thinking Christmas, y'all. For long. But anyhow, that's my dad was joking the other day and says, another week and you'll be getting your Christmas tree out. I'm like, no, not yet. But he knows how fanatical I am about it, and so do my kids, so I get teased a lot. So anyhow, I've got my little paint brushes. Well, they're not paint brushes, but foam brushes. And I find that the smaller ones work better because you want to be able to get into these little cracks and crevices of the wood. That was really difficult because at first my foam brushes weren't the right size. So today, these were only like 49 cents a piece. I even used a 40% off coupon online, and I paid like $1, less than $1.20 for all of these. And then I've got my wood paint. If you go to Walmart and you get acrylic paint, I mean, it's like 70 cents a bottle. I think this one was a little bit more because it's a bigger bottle, because I knew I was going to have a larger surface to cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me some and always shake your acrylic paint really well. I always find that it works better if you shake it good. I'm just using this little candle votive to hold the paint because it'll wash right out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, and I'm going to start covering this pumpkin, and I am going to hopefully get it to dry really well. And I'm also going to see if I want to get a can of clear spray paint to spray these. Whenever you're doing woodcraft, it's a really good idea. My parents actually do woodcrafts every year, and they sell them. A lot of things in my kitchen was made by them, and they will tell you if it's something you want to last for a long time. I mean, you're putting your time and your effort and your love into it. Why not make it keep, right? To always spray it with a clear spray paint to seal the whole thing, and make sure that it dries really, really well before you go putting it out in the weather or putting it somewhere else, you know, in the house. So I do want to take time to make these nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start covering this pumpkin with the orange paint that I have poured in here, and hopefully kind of take you along on my pumpkin journey to show you guys what this looks like. Okay, just a quick update. If you hear the TV on, it's because my guys are watching TV while I'm doing this, and it's the best time for me to film this. I'm sorry. So I was going to get rid of the polka dots on this one, but when I went to go over it with the orange, this actually made like it was raised. So if I wanted to do it all orange, I would have to resand it down to get rid of the polka dots. So what I decided to do is I would go over them again. So I got my white back out, and I'm using these little stencil brushes. They're just like foam on the end of a stick, but they're round, and that is what I'm using to make the polka dots. And then, since I had the orange out anyways, I went ahead and I painted this one here. Whoops, and it's still wet, look. So I went ahead and I painted this one, and it's drying. And so what I want to do now is I want to get out my green. So I've got some green here, and I've got a little bowl I'm going to use. And I'm going to get another one of my foam brushes, and I'm just going to give this stem a good cleanup because I believe my brush was just too large whenever I painted that originally. So I'm going to put some green in one of these bowls, and I'm going to do the stem, and then I'll show you Lucas's pumpkin and how I'm going to touch it up, and I'll show you what that looks like. Hey guys, excuse the movie that's playing. It just got loud as soon as I pushed play or record on my video camera. So I got all of my polka dots covered on this one. I did the stem. Your stem is not going to be perfect. It's just not. Now in the original directions, I guess, or the picture, they didn't make a stem like this one. What they did was they took the stem and they put it upright where it was long ways, like this, and then they cut the wood at a slant so it would be sticking out the side. But see, my husband, he put these all together. I didn't even ever see them. All I gave him was the measurements, and then he came in with 3 pumpkins. So, you know, I'm married to a guy that once you say, hey, can you cut wood and do this, he likes to be very rugged, and he had to get this saw out and you know, do his thing. So I've got this one here, and we cut it a little bit smaller than the other two. But there are some places on here that really need some touching up, and there's also some places that he smeared the black. And so I just want to touch up this orange paint, give it a little bit of, you know, freshen it up a little bit, and I think it'll be good to go. So that is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to touch this one up, and then I'm going to have to let them dry really well, and then we will cover them in the clear spray paint. And before we do that, I will have to glue my letters on. So I've got the H that will go on that one for my name, Heidi, in case you didn't know. And then we have the L for Lucas, and I think these are going to be really super cute. I may put these in my entryway. The other thing I wanted to say was, as I thought about this, as soon as I figured out how heavy these were going to be, you may want to actually hot glue some felt on the bottom so that they don't scratch the surface that you might place them. Now, if you're putting them outside or on a porch, you probably wouldn't have to do that, but if you're going to put them on a table or something, I would hot glue a little bit of felt on the bottom just to make sure it doesn't scratch up your table. Here we go. I just touched this one all up. I redid the stem. I did all the sides and everything, and it's really important. You know, the brushes that we were working with the other day, they were honestly way too small. I mean, way too large. So make sure that you get the smaller foam brushes like these, and they're cheap. I mean, you can get 20 of them for like $4.99, but I just got a few of them today just to do this project. But these came out really, really well. I'm so pleased with them. A couple coats of some dollar acrylic paint. I mean, I thought you know, you could do anything with these. Glitter, decoupage, letters, words. You could get one of those little fall cutouts and put an owl in the center of this. I've seen all kinds of stuff today because I went to Michael's and Hobby, well, I was down by Hobby Lobby today. And so I've seen a lot of different things that you could get that would work for these. Now, I will say the hardest part on them is getting the stem perfect, but I don't think that you can get that perfect, and that's fine with me because I think I'm actually going to attach a big ribbon on the tops of these to kind of bring them together a little bit more and give them a little bit more of a pop of color, even though I've got polka dots and polka dots. But I'm really, really happy with these. I think they are super, super cute. I did this one on the plain side, but that is fine, I think. And the thing about wood is if I get these out next year and I decide I don't like the polka dots or I don't like anything, you know, it's wood. Sand it down, spray paint it. You don't even have to use acrylic paint. You could spray paint it. You can redo these every year if you wanted to. So I'm going to back here and kind of give you a little bit more of a view. I'm sorry that I'm filming in the evening time and it's kind of, the lighting's wonky, but it's the best that I can do this evening. Good morning, guys. So last night I finished off the pumpkins, and I don't even know where it is. It was laying here. I used Easy 6000 glue to glue the letters on, and it looks like it's going to pour down the rain today. We're supposed to actually have like a cold front move in because yesterday it was like 90 degrees, and now it's going to go down to, I think they said like 50 degrees, which for here where we live is pretty cold for this time of year. But I got this last night. I had my son pick it up. He had to get something from Walmart and he picked this up for me. And if the weather permits, I'll be able to finish my pumpkins today.